The kiddos are heading back to school, and you know what that means. It's lunch packing time. Safeway has everything you need to help you feed your hungry flock for a whole lot less. Right now at Safeway, shop with your club card and pick up Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh or Carving Board lunch meat, 2 for just $5. And applesauce cups or Betty Crocker fruit snacks, both lunchtime favorites, are buy one, get one free. Bigger savings just in time for school. Safeway, it's just better.
Blog Talk Radio.
Feels like I've been waiting for this moment my whole life, and now that it's here, I don't want to mess it up. Big stage and bright lights, hotels and book flights, staring out the sky view, trying to get my thoughts right, living for the moment, hoping to never save it. My spirit saying be humble, my flesh is saying I made it. So I had to deal with the enemy, cause one good show turned into an ego of a star, and my own success will be the one feeding me. So it's best to know who you are and where you came from and who influenced you. People hate to see you win, but never let that ruin you. Big bro said this many rappers, only few of you. Keep your heart pure, never change and remain true, cause pride can destroy your soul. And believe me when I say that statement is true, there's always a warning before the fall. As ministers we miss the chance to be ministered to. So I need your guidance to help me deal with these women who approach with secret agendas, and these grown men who shake your hand but hate your progress. Please talk to me cause I don't understand. Yeah. So if you have some time, got me through, I can't continue on walking blind. I know your words can take me far, cause wisdom is something I keep close to my heart. You know why?
I don't wanna fail or make the same mistakes, taking a chance in life and then watching it all fade away.
Yeah.
Tonight may be my last night. Watch my dreams come true.
AB.
So pray my heart is ready. I need to give.
I'ma give you what I can. I'm gonna give you what I can. I ain't got all the answers, but got all the answers, man. I know a little bit. It's a little bit. Yeah, lots of great. Seen a lot of things, a gang of faces, a lot of scenes, many different places, different stages, all walks of life. I promise some days I feel like the Dark Knight, the hero in the villain, a mirror in the ceiling. With glimpse of my reflection, I'm tearing in the pillar. Yeah, cause I don't want to build in vain, but I'm so torn cause this flesh wasn't built for fame. Yeah, I think it's good that you feel the strain, and trust me B, you ain't alone man, I feel the same. Yeah, little homie, it's a tightrope, fight so hard, let me give you some advice. Don't believe the hype, believe the press, cause when it all fades, you will be depressed. And please ignore the heart beating in your chest that'll tell you lies and leave you in a season of regret. Watch your doctrine in your life close. You've been called to give the people in this life hope. Shine bright, light bulbs. While you clearing out the mirrors and the white smoke. Kill the dreams of a superstar. Rap is what you do, it's not who you are. You a servant and a steward close to his heart. And this here's just food for thought. Go.
Some wisdom with you. Never stick out your chest, never pop your collar. It's not about you, B, it's about the Father. If people try to give you glory, kindly give it back. Never pocket none of that, cause that's a booby trap. See, I seen it all before, like running a movie back. That's why the Lord put me here to pull your suspender straps. Never to hold you back, but yet to give you guidance. See, I've been around the block and that's just being honest. Yeah, it's great to be wise and represent truth, but at the end of the day, be you. Be you.
I don't wanna fail or make the same mistakes.
Wanna make the same mistakes. Be wise, son.
Tonight may be my last night.
Learn from the mistakes of others. Yeah. That's how you gonna win. Yeah.
What's good, Bully World? This is Zeb, your host, Bully Talk with Zeb Pitts. And tonight I got a very special guest, my man Rico of Precious Pitts Kennels. What's good, Rico?
I'm chilling, holding it down, maintaining,
Man, we're going to take it back for the people, man. Let's go way back, man. When did you first get involved with the pit bulls on a whole?
In the whole shit. I've been with the dogs almost all my life since I was like 9.
Why the pit bull breed?
Excuse me?
Well, why did you get involved with the pit bull breed?
Oh, man, I just love the dog. Like, out of every dog, like, we've had mad dogs, like, while I was young, Like, my father had a Great Dane, Dachshunds, all types of stuff. But once I got a little bit older, I was able to get my hands on a real dog, like I call them, a real dog. And just everything about them, I just fell in love with them. And ever since that day, I didn't want no other breed, Like, their willingness to please, like my mom used to get mad at me because I used to get dogs without her permission and just bring them to the house, no matter what I had to do. I mean, I'd skip school, you know what I'm saying, just to spend time with the dog, all types of stuff, man. It's crazy,
Do you remember what age when you finally had an understanding of the different bloodlines within the pit bulls?
Oh, yeah.
And
I was probably like 12, 13. There was a lot of, back then, there was pit bulls. There was only one pit bull dog. You know what I'm saying? It was really a game-bred dog. Nobody, there was no difference in between. Your dog was either a pit dog or it wasn't a pit dog, And there was ways to find that out. And, I was just fortunate that I grew up in an area where, like, there was a lot of dog men around. And, I learned a lot from them, you know what I'm saying? So, some good, some bad, just, as I got older is where I started to, decide which way I wanted to go, Would I want to go the bad way or did I want to go the good way,
So you've seen both worlds as far as when it came to the pit bulls during that time.
Yeah. I was a little kid and like I said, I was around like 12, 13 and I used to go clean up the stuff after they got done. The older people got done with their business. I used to have to, get rid of, dispose of certain animals and stuff like that. And I didn't like it, but I still love the breed, I still loved what it stood for, but I didn't like what was going on with the dog, what they were going through.
Just speaking on that time in your life, do you remember some of the mentors that you had during that time to help you really understand about the breed and as far as breeding the dogs, taking care of the dogs, and everything that came along with owning a pit bull?
Yeah, there's a man by the name of Matt Young. He's the one that really schooled me about the dogs and what to do and what not to do to have a good dog, And then I lost touch with him, through he had legal issues and stuff, and I wasn't around him for a while. And then I got a little bit older. I was doing my own thing, and I ended up getting up with a good friend of mine, Lee Barrett, and he really helped me understand more than Matt did about the upkeep of the dog and the food and, you know, just the overall treatment of the animal, you know.
What was the bloodline of choice in your area during that time, or your choice at all? Period.
Oh, my choice, shit, I'd have to say the Jeep Tab, you know, them type of dogs, Jeep Tab, you know, like there's so many. There's really hard to just pick just one bloodline, you know, because there's so many good ones out there, you know. And
you know, I was looking at like different videos talking about the breeders during that time, how they kept things secretive, that they didn't want people to know the pedigrees within their dogs because of what they were used for during that time. Did you see that a lot also?
Yeah, all the time. People would, you know, like even now, like even me, as you know, as I got older, sometimes people would ask me about my dogs, and I wouldn't even respond. Like I'd be like, "It's a dog," you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't till you know the 2000s and stuff that I started being more open about it with people about the dogs and stuff. Once the bully breed, the American bully actually started coming about, you know. And that was because I felt more obligated to tell people the difference between the two dogs, and you know, and to be honest with you, a lot of the old time dudes, like they didn't like the American bully and what it was going for, because they knew where it was leading to, you know. But I'm different, you know. So, and but a few of them actually they actually liked the idea of the American bully, because it started taking a lot of attention away from them and what they were doing, you know.
So when that, just thinking back during that time, when was the first time you actually saw a bully, and what was your thoughts when you first saw a bully?
Oh, that was like I want to say probably like 2004. Seen an American bully. A friend of mine, Josh. We weren't really close friends at the time. I met him because he used to live on the same street I did, and all I had was game bred dogs. And seen him walking down the street one day with him. And I was like, yo, I know that, you know, that's a pit bull type dog, but kind of it's different, you know what I'm saying? So I asked him about it, like, yo, well, where you get the dog from or whatever, you know, and like, you know, he stood back a little bit, like, you know, like, because, you know, round where I'm from, you know, you never know what's going to happen, you know, like a person's going to try to steal your dog from you, whatever, you know, like he took a couple steps back and was like, you know, to raise Reg's dog. And then that's when I started getting more conversation with him, like, yo, where did you get him from, you know what I'm saying? Why is the dog so big, you know, because he told me it was a pit bull, and I was like, that's not no pit bull, you know what I'm saying? And we started getting a conversation like that, and then came to the point where I was like, yo, you know what? Put me on with the person that you bought that dog from. I want to go speak with him. I might be interested in him, you know. And that time I was getting real into the weight pulling and stuff, and I figured, like, you know, I thought, like, you know, the normal person that's just getting into the weight pull, like, yo, a bigger dog, better for pulling, you know. And so I got up with him, and the breeder's name was actually Anthony Knight. He's like he's an outstanding guy, terrific breeder, you know, like there's nothing anybody bad can say about him. And if they do, then they don't know what they're talking about, because that man, he knows how to breed a dog, you know. So I went up there to go see him, and I ended up getting my first bully. And he's actually still alive today, you know. And I never ended up doing the weight pulling with him because, you know, he wasn't what I like. He did he could run, he would run the treadmill or whatever, but he wouldn't run it the way that my other dogs would run and stuff. So I automatically that's the time when I really realized, like, I bought this dog, but he's really not good for what I want him for, you know, but I'm going to keep him anyways. I spent my good money on him. I'm going to keep him, and I'm going to do whatever it is. I'm going to find out things about this breed, this bloodline and stuff, and I'm going to bring him to certain shows that I can bring him to, and that's when I found the ABKC wasn't even started yet. But they was doing like a lot of cookouts and stuff like that, and I never went, you know. But then I forget what year it was. It was I think the first Virginia show, ABKC Virginia show, where I was like, yo, I'm going to that, you know. So I went out there, and you know, I went. I showed my dog. I met people.
Was that Spotsylvania? Was that the Spotsylvania show?
Yeah, I believe so. You know.
In the indoor venue.
Oh no! It wasn't the Spotsylvania show then. It was an outdoor show. It was like way in the cut. Like there was like a little lake by there.
Oh,
and everything.
Yeah, I was at that one. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know, I had brought Soldier, and I actually brought one of his half sisters that it was actually my friend that put me on with the bully dog. That it was his dog, and I was like, yo, I'm going to the show, so let me take the dog. You know, he trusted me with her, and I mean, I took her down with me, you know, and met a couple people there, and everything was good, you know.
At any point did you ever think that you would combine both worlds and breed a bully to your pit bull during that time?
No, not at all. It wasn't until later on, you know, I started like, I was going a lot on the MSN board, and then the Raised Edge board that they had made, and I started seeing, you know, like I was like, yo, you know, like these people, they're doing different things with these dogs and stuff, and I would put, you know, I would post up a lot of game dogs, and you know, old school game dogs that looked like American bully dogs, you know what I'm saying? And you know, like they wouldn't, you know, a lot of people wouldn't really, you know, give my post no play or whatever, but it was all good, you know what I'm saying? I knew what I was talking about, so I mean, it really didn't matter. And you know, it wasn't until later on where I had ended up getting a running daughter that I actually bred to Soldier, and her second breeding. I had a little dog, a little game bred dog. You know, he had Snake Man Pedro, and you know, he had a lot of the Wise Creed Red Devil stuff in him. But he was a little ass dog, and that was around the time when the pocket craze was going on. Everybody was like, "Oh, pocket! I got the shortest dog, this and that." You know, so I was like, "Yo, you know what? I'm gonna show them." Was that during
the time? That was during the time when the Paco blood was hot.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show them something. I'm gonna create a dog using this Raised Edge blood, you know, bred to a game bred dog, and I'm gonna show some people, you know, the difference, you know, and pretty much I did, you know, and it's sad to say I lost contact with a lot of people who had the dogs from that litter, and I just lost contact with them, and it was just unfortunate that I did, because they was, you know, like they was real nice pocket dogs. I even there was a show in Connecticut, I believe in like 2012. 2012, no. Probably, yeah, I think like 2012. And I brought one of my little dogs. To that show, and I put him in the show, as in the pocket class, and he didn't win, and I was confused. I was like, they was showing that, like they was advertising, it's the smallest dog with this and that, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's not about how small the dog is or whatever. It's we want to see the dog with short, but with a lot of substance and girth and stuff. And I was like, what? No, my dog is short, but my dog is short as hell. And for a dog his size, he was as girthy or as bully, as they say it now, as you would want to put on a dog that short. He was like 11 inches, 12 inches, something like that. And I was like, yo, a dog this short shouldn't be bigger than this, from what I know as a dog person in general, because, it's true what they say, like the dog will carry itself different, and that dog, his name's Jocko, he's actually still alive today too, and like almost all the dogs that I had back then, they still alive except for a lot of my real game bred dogs, that I had champed out and stuff. Because I was in the hospital. I know you heard about when I was in the hospital and stuff, and I got shot and everything, and when I ended up coming out my coma, they was asking me what I wanted to do with the dogs, because I was about to lose the house, and I told them straight up, I'm losing the house because I'm in the hospital. Y'all might as well put all of them dogs to sleep, because I don't trust anybody with my dogs aside from myself, and it's unfortunate, like a friend of mine thought he could handle my dogs, my game-bred dogs, and he took them to his house, and, the inevitable happened, He didn't know how to crate them the right way and or kennel them up the right way, and, it was a free-for-all over there, and a lot of my dogs ended up passing away, But one thing I could say, they died as true game dogs, I know you're probably going to get a lot of people on there like, oh, this guy used to fight dogs or whatever, but, it's not even about that. It's about the heritage of the dog, and, that's the dog. That's what the dogs, a lot of those dogs back in the day were bred for. So, and that's why I'm saying that right now, is that they died as true game dogs, because they died doing what their ancestors would have been doing,
Just speaking on that, during that time when the whole Michael Vick situation went down, what did a lot of people... Huh?
I was heated. I said I was heated. Man. Well, that was a lot of bullshit. Like, that shit brought a lot of negative publicity, not just to the breed, but to certain individuals in particular, myself in particular, because when I had a yard full of dogs, I wasn't even dogs or nothing. I wasn't pitting the dogs or anything, and, because of that, there was a lot of bullshit coming my way. I had the news people came to my house, and, a lot of yeah, like there's a YouTube video. Of the news people from my area, the local news in my area coming to my house, and I didn't have nothing to hide, so I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. Come in, you know what I'm saying? Come see, And
was that because a neighbor called on you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. The funny thing is that the neighbor who called, they was calling, like, saying, like, oh, his dogs are hanging from the tree and doing all types of stuff, and, like if I was doing something wrong, and but animal control already knew me, and they was like, yo, like, just, you got to do that inside or whatever. And I was like, yo, how y'all gonna tell me to do something inside when, it's like it's natural. If they're talking about they're scared because the dog can jump a 12-foot fence or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The dogs ain't trying to jump over the fence, you know what I'm saying? My dog is good with everybody, And as a matter of fact, their kids used to jump the fence into my yard to play with my dogs, and I used to have to scream at them all the time through the window like, yo, y'all little bastards, get out my yard, If y'all want to see the dogs, walk around like a normal human being, and I'll show you the dogs, you know what I'm saying? But don't be jumping over the fence, jumping into their kennels and stuff, because if something, they are dogs, they are animals. If something was to happen to you, you know what I'm saying? Even if you had a little scratch or something that wasn't really nothing really serious, your parents are going to come and they're going to be like, oh, your dog bit my son or whatever, when it was just a scratch or something because the dog jumped on them because they were playing with him, Things like that, it always happens, And the thing is, too, like even now I do the weight pulling and stuff, and I'll do weight pulling, and I'd go to the parks and stuff in the area, and I get people, oh, animal cruelty, this and that, and, I just laugh at them and be like, yeah, keep doing what I'm doing. Again, animal control will come and be like, oh, we're getting a lot of calls, whatever, and I'll be like, yo, it's not against the law, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep doing what I want to do. So, I mean, they were cool with it. They was like, yo, listen, do your couple last reps, but don't come back to this part doing it because we don't want to have to keep getting called for you, We'll just try to find a secluded area where nobody's around, nobody can see you, whatever. Like they say, out of sight, out of mind, So I started to do it in the season ones, where nobody could see, And actually, the police used to come, do their rounds into the fairgrounds, and they would come and a couple of them would come and watch me weight pulling and be like, oh, shit, how do you do it, make the dog do that? And, a bunch of questions and stuff, but it was more curiosity, not no bullshit, So that's what it was. Mm-hmm. Like even now, I can't even walk right now, and even now I'm still weight pulling dogs, and stuff like that. So, make the dogs happy, gets me out of the house, go to a couple shows,
Just thinking about the bullies then compared to now. What do you think of some of the differences that you see? Because, like you said, your bullies are still alive to this day, where you're starting to see more health issues involved with the American bully today. And what do you contribute to that?
Oh man, to be honest with you, I contribute little to the unhealthiness of the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like I do breed, I do some breedings and stuff, and that's pretty much the main way that I contribute to the breed. Because the thing is that if you're asking how do I contribute to the unhealthiness of the dog, is with my continuation of breeding these dogs that I know can have severe health issues and stuff like that, and breeding for certain dogs that may have some health issues, Like right now, my Remy grandson, he actually has skin problems, Like he didn't always. He wasn't, he always didn't have skin problems or whatever. And, a little bit of stuff from the vet will clear it up, but it's like a seasonal thing, and I'm not used to that. All my dogs never had no skin problems before, up until this dog right here,
Do you contribute that to the food that's in the dog food now, the additives added, or do you just see that as part of their genetics and makeup?
it's a combination of both in my opinion, Zach. You know, because you know the health of the dog, the health of the dog with the genetics and stuff. You know, if from the very beginning, if they would have been breeding the dogs the right way, we wouldn't get these type of issues. And at the same time, even the breeders who are breeding them the right way are trying to steer away from the bad flaws in the dogs. You know, the food now, I think, has a lot to do with it, because a lot of people are putting more chemicals and stuff into their dog's diet, and a lot of even the kibble that you buy, you know, it's high in protein and stuff like that. And even though the label says this is what's in it, you don't really know what's in it because you're not there manufacturing the stuff with them, you know. So, and a lot of times when you do bring the dog to the vet, they'll ask you, "Oh, what are you feeding the dog?" And when you tell them what you're feeding the dog, and then you can change the food. You can change the food, and it'll go away for a little bit. You know, you change the food. You give them the medicine they give you for the dog. The symptoms go away for a little bit, but they always seem to come back. You know, so that's why I say it's a little bit of both. You know, because one, if the dog genetics was put together the right way, they wouldn't be coming up with all these problems, you know, these skin problems and other things, you know. And the same with the food, though, you know, like if you can find a good way to feed your dog raw with putting in all the other things that will be lacking if you're feeding straight raw, like, you know, it needs the right vitamins and enzymes. You know, it needs to be a good combination. You know, it can't just be straight meat all the time. You know, you gotta mix in your vegetables and certain vitamins, your oils and stuff in there that will give your dog.
You know,
hello?
No, I was going to say, you know, that's interesting that you say that because, you know, it was I was reading this article about the guy who had the world's oldest dog. I think he had it twice in the Guinness Book of World Records, and he was talking about how his dogs were actually on plant-based diets, which was shocking to me.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that before?
I never heard that before, but growing up, like I said, you know, a lot of the old timers they would that I grew up around, and they would always tell me you want to make sure that you got a good even mix of protein with veggies and fruits, you know. So
let me ask you this, because someone who has been breeding for a long time, you would know the good and the bad that comes along with your line and or with your breedings. You would know the good things that come along with it, and also the bad things that come along with it. Why do you think it's such a hush now among breeders when you ask, like, what are some of the health issues involved within your yard?
Money.
In other words, you might find females who get prolapsed on a regular basis, but they don't say anything about it, or males that might have cancer, but they really just don't tell the consumer about it. Why do you think that is?
Money. It's all about the dollar now. A lot of people forgot about the breed of the dog and the health of the dog, and, you know, wanting to produce quality and just wanted to make money, you know, in my opinion, you know. Like, me, like I always been about the dog first, you know, the money comes second. Like, I just did a breeding not too long ago, you know. Actually, the puppies just left, you know, to their new homes and stuff, and the breeding with one of my females that came off of a daughter off of my dog Soldier, Blue Zion Soldier, to Freak Nasty from OKC, and I did that breeding, and I liked it the way the breeding came out. I kept 2 pups out of it, and I had to do a C-section with the female, and I had to do the C-section with the female, and pay for the stud. I paid for the stud and all that, and it was a process. And that's something I'm not used to. I'm used to having my dogs be able to have natural birth. And so it was a little bit. I was a little bit out of my element with that. And I was taken aback. I had 7 puppies in the litter, and even with the 7 puppies in the litter, two of them ended up passing away. After the C-section. So it was like people was asking me, "Oh, how much you selling the pups for?" Whatever, and I'll tell them straight up, inbox me, and I'll explain the price, and I'll tell you why. Even then I didn't sell the dog for thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like $1,500 maybe. And one of them I sold for $2,000. And the other 2 I kept. And it's really not a thing about the money with me, because I basically just put the money in that I spent for my stud and for my C-section. And I was good with that. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't breeding the dog for money. I was breeding the dog because I wanted to get something out of it that I would possibly be able to show in the future, and see how it does in the showing.
Speaking on that, what is your style of bully that you prefer? Or what's your vision of the perfect bully for you?
My vision of the perfect bully, I would have to, if I have to name a dog that makes me gives me that awe, it has to be a dog like Paco. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And even him, there were some things that I would have probably changed about him. So it all depends. I like with the style of dog, I like every type of dog, really. I think I told you that before. I like a dog for what it is. I like a dog for what it is, If you give me a poodle, you know what I'm saying, and I really like the dog for whatever reason, I'm gonna rock with it, and that's just the way I am, I just love the dog.
I want you to retell a story, because we talked about this before, but I wanted people to know about this story who might be new to the show. Talk about the time when you met Mr. Kobe.
Oh, when I met Mr. Kobe, I met Lou. Whoa, shit. I met him probably in 2007. 2007 I met him, and my friend Lee Barrett actually brought me up to his house, because I would always talk about him I would love to meet him or whatever, and Lee would always be like, I go to his house all the time and stuff. Next time I go up there, I'll bring you with me. So he was true to his word, and he called me up I'm ready to go see Lou. I'm leaving at this time. Make it here at that time, and we'll go up there and stuff. And went up there, and to be honest with you, I was starstruck. You know what I'm saying? And I met a lot of old time dog names, but when I met Lou, I was starstruck. I was speechless for a while. He sat me he had this big dining room table. It was like get a big dining room table. I think like you could fit, you know, like I can't even tell you how many people could fit around it, but I know it took a lot of space. Like he was across the table, like a long ways across the table, you know, towards me. I was sitting on one end, he was sitting on the other end, and a couple of our other friends that went up there to go visit was all around. And you know, like I said, I was starstruck for a little bit. You know, it took me a while to even get a couple questions out to him and stuff, and you know, it was cool. You know, like he brought me out to see a couple of his dogs. You know what I mean? And I was actually about to purchase a dog off of him when I went up there, but I really didn't have any room, so I was kind of bummed out about that. But you know, I got to be good friends with his grandson Pete. You know, Pete Colby, and met a lot of his sons, and you know, I'm actually looking at a plaque in my room right now. I'm looking at a plaque right now where it was an award that our club, the Massachusetts club, had made to honor certain people in the dog game, and Paul Colby's name was the first name that was put on there, and I was amazed. Like I was surprised they had put my name on the plaque, and I was like, why did my name get put on the plaque? And I was like, you know, like I just didn't understand until later on, you know, after my accident and stuff, where there was like so many different old-time dogmen was hitting me up and, you know, talking about how much they admired me, and I still was like, why do you admire me? And you know, and they tell me like, yo, because you're what defines you're the definition of gameness. You know, you took a licking and you kept on ticking, and you're still with everything that you was with before. The way that they were talking about you when I was in the hospital was like I wasn't going to make it, and that if I did, I'd be a vegetable, you know. So, you know, and like that's when I was like, oh, like that's when I understood, like, oh, okay, that's why they put my name on the plaque. They knew before I even knew, you know, how game my personality was, you know, and I'm grateful for it, you know. You know, I feel.
Just going backtracking a little bit. What was the one thing that you learned from your experience that day at Mr. Colby's house?
Well, at Lou's, man, I asked him what he thought about the way the dogs would be in the future, you know, because I mentioned about the bullies and stuff like that, and he looked at me and he says, to be honest with you, it's going down the drain, you know, unless if we get enough good people who are really about preserving the breed, the dogs are going to be forgotten, you know, and I honestly believe that now because I see the way the trend goes, you know, like the bullies had, like before, you'll be able to see everybody wanted a pit bull, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody wants a bully, you know. Before the pound was overrun with pit bulls. Now they're overrun with American bullies, you know, and it's just, you know, it's funny just how he knew that there was going to be a bunch of disasters coming along in the future, you know, and he was about almost 90-something years old when I got to meet him, you know, and he knew it, you know, and when he died, man, I was heartbroken, you know. I didn't even get to like really pick his brain the way I wanted to pick his brain, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just sad, man. You lost a good man, you know. But it was that time, you know. You know, he had wrote in one of his articles before he died is that if he wanted to be, they asked him how would he want to be remembered, and he said he just wanted to be remembered as a dog man, nothing more than just a dog man, you know. And to be honest with you, he's more to that to me, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, you know, and there's a lot of dog men from way back in the day that I never got the opportunity to meet and stuff, and you know they gone, and you know a lot of people don't understand that. You know, in order to understand this American bully, you have to understand where they came from. Even though there's a lot of stuff going on with the makeup of the dogs, where there's some bulldog mixed in, whether it be going on when they first started or whether it be now, more recently, where you see a lot of more bulldog traits in them and stuff. And, you know, I know Lou would, you know, like he's turning in the grave, you know, thinking that some of the dogs that him and his father and a lot of other dog men had put their life's work into to keep it pure. You know, it had a hand in making a lot of bad dogs. You know, and it's not even the dog's fault. It's a lot of the dogs. You know, a lot of the people that own the dogs, that the bullies that are doing these things and putting health issues and everything else aside, you know, not giving a fuck about what's going on, you know, what's going to happen with their dogs in the future and the well-being of their dogs and what they're passing down the line, you know. Like I strive to create a functional bully, you know, something that can show in the ring, but at the same time, if I want to put that dog in a weight pull event or do some lure coursing or whatever other sport, the dog will be able to handle it, you know. But a lot of times that goes with knowing your dog and knowing what your dog can take, what his limits are, you know.
Just speaking on that, do you know any kennels right now that are making functional bullies that are able to do what you say as far as weight pulling and maybe even agility courses?
To be honest with you, I like Weight and Gold Kennels because I can really say Tony from Weight and Gold, he knows his dogs and he keeps his dogs active. You know, whether he may put them in a competition or not, sure enough, I know he's working his dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, his dogs aren't the way they are just because they was overfed or fed a bunch of supplements to make them like that. you know, his dogs is the way they are because, one, the work he puts in with them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all, you know, it's all a give and take. You know, a lot of people say you got to sacrifice certain things, and you know, sometimes you do, but it's up to the owners. It's the owner's decision on what they want to sacrifice. You know, and to be honest with you, I don't really want to sacrifice anything really. You know, even though dealing with these American bullies, I already sacrificed by deciding to run with it, you know? Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking about something because, you know, what you're saying with the passion of Mr. Lou Kobe, of what he foreseen in the future. You know, one of the people who's really adamant rather, about the health of the American bully and the overall function of the American bully is Terrell of Hall of Fame. What are your thoughts about that?
I love every post that he posts up. Like, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to hopefully doing a breeding with him in the future. You know, with one of my dogs, Precious Pitch Lola, and she, you know, she's not the bulliest dog, you know, in the world, but she can hold her own with them, you know, and you know, I'm not in the business of trying to create the ultimate bully. I'm just trying to create the ultimate functional bully for my standard, you know, something that I could deal with, you know. And like you said before, you asked before, you know, what's my preference and standards. I like the classic American bully, you know, and the standard American bully. I like a lot of pockets too, but certain ones, you know, and no, I like the standard and the classics, but it's a toss up because it seems like in the ABKC they changed, like the standard became classic, and the classic, you know, like the classics. A lot of people don't want to see a real classic American bully in the ring no more. You know, they changed the standard to extreme and the classic to, you know, I mean the extreme to standard and the classic to, you know, what is it? Yeah, the standard to classic and the extreme to you know. See, I keep fucking up my words, man. The standard, because it's a complicated issue, said, you know, like it gets complicated for me because they changed the standard American bully to a classic, and they basically made the extreme the standard. So it's, you know, it's hard to say that I like the standards now opposed to the classic. So it's like, you know.
From what I guess the understanding that they came up with was because it's still an unfinished product and it's still a work in progress. That's my understanding. But for people who are breeding that could be frustrating for them.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know, like I understand it's a work in progress because every breed didn't come about overnight, but at the same time, they have to be more stricter with their standard, you know, and, you know, they can't change from one year to the next. You know, they got to take a couple years, in my opinion anyway. It's not my registry or anything. I'll still show under the ABKC. I'd even still host the ABKC show. You know what I'm saying? But I would be sure if I'm hosting an ABKC show, I want to be sure that I'm picking judges that are gonna judge dogs that are, aren't gonna be, like total messed up dogs. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I completely understand what you're saying. And okay, let me backtrack a little bit on you again. What was the determining factor in hosting your first show?
My first show was like I loved like it was still I think it was 2012. No, was it? Shit, I forget in a minute. I know there was we had this board on Facebook, called the Most Valuable Bullies. It was Massachusetts Most Valuable Bullies, and they, like there was a lot of people always saying they wanted to show their dogs and stuff, and there wasn't a lot of shows out here. There was only a few people from Massachusetts really going to ABKC shows. It was myself included, 508 Bullies, Wartown Bullies, Pow Bullies, there was a few other ones, hard to mention, what is it? I forget. Shit, my man Lenny's gonna be mad at me because I forgot the what epidemic Kennels, epidemic Bullies, them, and a couple others that I forget, off the top of my head, but I was upset because I was like, damn, all these dudes, and none of them want to come up with, like let's come together and let's host the show, like let's put some money together, put our heads together and let's host the show. And there wasn't really that many people, that wanted to put up, like they say, put in what you want to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like give back to the community. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't get a lot of people to do it. Like I was trying to get a club started, because I'm used to, American Pit Bull Terriers clubs and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, yo, let's put a club together. You know what I'm saying? And since we're talking about it here, we can name it Most Valuable Bully. You know what I'm saying? And but nobody really was, everybody wanted to promote it, but nobody was trying to cough up any dough to actually make the show happen. So I was like, all right, cool. So I ended up coming up with all the money myself, and I invited a couple. I invited Lee Barrett, and cause he really don't like the bullies neither, but he knew like he's back close with me, that he knew that I was trying to do this and he was going to support me, and he helped me out with the weight pulling, and my friend Saifu Ken, also game dog man, he ended up being a weight pull judge for me. Now, it was just a fun show, no points or nothing, but that's why I named the show "The Wait Is Over," and when I titled it, I wrote weight as in weight that you're lifting or pulling, because I was gonna have a weight there. And to be honest with you, Zeb, I got a picture. I wish I could find it right now. It's probably in my storage and stuff, but we went up on top of, my friend Lee told me, like, yo, Rico, check this out. Come up here and look down. There was like a little sand dune. We went up on the sand dune, and he was like, look. And I looked, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? You know, and he was like, yo, not ever in any show that I have ever been to have I seen so many people. You know what I'm saying? And when I look back and we start, you know, I counted when, you know, after the show and everything, and I counted how much money we made, I was like, what? I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting a loss, you know? But
during that time it was under the ABKC banner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the first ABKC show in Massachusetts, you know? And it was cool, you know, like, and that was before when there wasn't so much beefing, you know, like everybody started to get ahead of themselves and wanted to be a boss, you know, like, I mean, like, yo, it's like, yo, everybody's dog was better than everybody else's, you know, like, all right, I understand that your dog is better than everybody else's because you have it. It's like I say, you know, even with my friends, you know, like I'll have a nice car. One of my friends will have a nice car, a nicer car than mine, but I'll tell them my car is nicer because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? I get to drive it every day. You know what I'm saying? Your car may be more expensive than mine. You know what I'm saying? You spent more money than your car, and in all actuality, your car is better than mine, but my car is better because I paid for it. It's mine. I own it, you know? You know, but, you know, there's not a thing where I would be like, oh, my dog is better because of this, and that. It would just be like, you know, I know your dog is nice, but my dog is better because I own him. You know what I'm saying? I can't own your dog. I can't, you know, I can ask you for a breeding or something, but I'm not gonna be able to just breed to him whenever I want for no charge. You know, I gotta pay you for it. You know what I'm saying? Then whatever puppy I keep off that, I can say he's the best because he's my dog. You know what I'm saying? But I would never, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody asks me what's wrong with my dog, I'll tell you, you know what I'm saying, what I think is wrong with my dog. And you might find that thing that I pointed out to you is wrong with my dog, and probably points out a couple more things that's wrong with my dog that I might have not known. And I won't get upset about it. I'll be like, yo, good looking for pointing that out to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I wouldn't get mad or nothing. You know, like it's cool. You know, like because
I was going to ask you about that, because on that day, you know, you have the dogs for the show ring confirmation. Then you had dogs that were weight pulled. Did the people who felt, because you basically during that time you were blending two worlds, the ADBA world and with the weight pull fun show, and the people who were with the ABKC with the American Bully. Did the people who owned the pit bulls who were doing the weight pull during that time felt they had a better dog, or it was just one big camaraderie on that day just about dogs?
American Pit Bull Terrier owners are always going to feel that they have the superior dog because they are original. They are game-bred dogs. You know, they come down from what was, you know, they have hundreds and hundreds of years of being into being a breed, you know, and that's what it is. That's why they would think the dog is better, but that their dogs would be better. But they wouldn't say that. They wouldn't just walk up to anybody and be like, oh, your dog's a piece of shit because it's not a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, the guys there, they've actually seen a couple of the bullies and was like, damn, I kind of like that dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, like there was a lot of people who said, yeah, I really like that dog. You know, I can't say that I don't like the dog, because what people don't understand too, a lot of American Pit Bull Terrier owners, especially like old timers, they don't own just American Pit Bull Terriers. Sometimes they own Jack Russells. Sometimes they own Bull Terriers. Sometimes they own Chihuahuas. Sometimes, you know, they own a wide assortment of dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because they're dog men. You know, they appreciate a dog for what the dog is and what it can do. You know, and that's pretty much like I like to be around people that have the same values, or not even the values, the same outlook on certain things that I do. You know, I also like to be around certain people that don't have the same outlook on things that I do, because then I can debate with them here and there, you know what I'm saying, about certain things, but not let it be a heated debate, you know, something where it's like, you know, it's a friendly debate, you know, like, all right, you know, like you hit me to a couple things, and I'll hit you to you hit me to what you know, and I'll hit you to what I know, and then you can come to your conclusion, and I'll come to my conclusion, and if we don't meet in the middle, that's cool. You're still my man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? And that's what I miss about before. You know, that's like I wrote a post the other day, like, I mean, looking back at the dog shows that I've hosted, and you know, I wish I could get back to that. You know, the thing is that a lot of people won't go to a certain show because there's somebody else. They think, not that they know, but they think somebody else that they don't like is going to that show or whatever, you know, and it's like, that's straight bullshit, you know, like, before, it's all about the dogs, you know what I'm saying? You got a problem with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Take it up with the person outside the show, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, after the show's over, you know what I'm saying, y'all go meet up in your hotel lot, parking lot, whatever, or, you know, on the side of the road somewhere, whatever. Do what you got to do if you feel that strongly that you don't like that person that much, and do what you got to do, but don't, you know, like, keep it with the dogs. Like, I mean, like, just do your thing, you know what I mean? Don't boycott a show because you think somebody you don't like is going to be there, or somebody that disagrees with you is going to be there. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you made me think about something, because I always wanted to find out was, you know, the first, like you said, the first show you hosted was the ABKC with the Bully Blowout, Massachusetts Bully Blowout 1. Now with 2, you switched registries. What was the thought process behind that?
It was actually the wait is over was the first ABKC show I hosted.
Oh,
then
okay.
Then I did the Bully Blowout 1, then 2. You know, but I did the Bully Blowout. It was the Bully Affair. I'm sorry. It was the Wait is Over was the first one. Then it was the Precious Pitts Bully Affair, PPK's Bully Affair. And then after that, I hosted the IBKC show, which was in Cape Cod. And when I met, I never spoken with Memo before, you know what I'm saying? The first time I met him was at the show. You know, when I picked him up, we picked him up at the hotel and whatever. And you know what I mean? I was like, he's like a fun-loving dude. Like, he probably be mad at me, but he reminded me a lot of Fluffy, the comedian. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, this dude's hilarious, dog. You know, and like, he made me feel like I knew him forever. You know what I mean? And John Easterly, you know, like, me and him, we just sat and talked dogs. You know what I mean? About a lot of things, a lot of different types of dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know, he hit me through some certain things that I didn't know about the bullies. Like, I didn't know that he was one of the determining factors as judging went. You know, and I was like, oh shit, you know, that's what's up, you know. And to be honest with you, at that point, I really didn't even know that the ABKC wasn't really stealing the IBKC registry. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I thought it was a good thing. In my opinion, I was like, yo, it's a good thing that there's other registries. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, like, you got to think about it. If there's a show in this area, on this side of the country, and there's a show on the opposite side of the country, you know, like, the person, certain people aren't going to be able to make it to both shows. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, people who pledge their allegiance to one registry or another, they're going to miss out on all the other things that other registries have. You know, like, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. I never understood it. And like, I rock with any registry. You know, like, I register my dog with any registry or whatever, but there was a point in time where I felt that I was kind of being forced to kind of choose, you know, if I'm going to rock with the IBKC or ABKC. And to be honest with you, I didn't pick neither one of them motherfuckers, you know. I picked myself, you know what I'm saying? I rock with myself, you know, and if for whatever reason you choose, like if I choose to host a show, then out of some reason the registry I want to host the show with tell me, no, you can't host the show with us, then to be honest, I think it's your loss, because if you don't want to host a show with me because I'm hosting a show with another registry at the same time, you know, it's your loss, because that's money out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I was just, like, I kept hosting shows over here in Massachusetts because I know for a fact that a lot of people around here can't get to those shows far away. You know, a lot of people, money ain't right like that to go, you know, 8, 9, you know, but the closest show now, aside from the shows that I was hosting, was the Rhode Island show, you know.
Yeah, because I was going to ask that, man, why you think that is, that you really don't see American Bully shows in the upper Northeast like that.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel that a lot of people up here, if they're not real diehard American Bully people, they feel like they got better things to do with their money. You know what I mean? And to be honest, Zed, like, I feel them because, okay, I paid for this dog as a family dog, you know, but I would like to have things to do with my family pet, you know, and my family, aside from just go to the park and walk around the block with them, you know what I'm saying? I would like to be able to socialize my dog and see other different people with dogs that look like mine, you know? And like, there's not, like, you're seeing them more and more now, a lot of people with American Bullies in this area more and more. And it just, you know, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted a lot of people to experience what I was experiencing in the beginning of when I first started going to the shows and stuff, you know. And, you know, spread awareness about the breed that way, you know. You know, that's why I spent I made a lot of money on that first ABKC show that I ever hosted, and I just turned around and I hosted another one and another one, you know, and I didn't make as much money as I did the first show that I did on the I didn't make as much money on the second show that I did on the first show. And I
why do you think that is?
I think because it was around the time where a lot of people, I think, was feeling that there was a tug of war between registries, because before I hosted my second ABKC show, I wanted to experiment with the IBKC as well. You know, I didn't have any videographers or photographers or anything like that go to the show. You know, I wish I have, you know, but I didn't. I just, like I said, it was just an experiment. You know, I wanted to see what the atmosphere would have been like, you know, hosting the show for a different registry. So when it came about time for me to host my second ABKC show, I felt it didn't do so good, because I think a lot of people felt like they was probably going to have to eventually pick and choose which registry they wanted to rock with, you know, because there was a lot of people saying, I only rock with the ABKC. I'm throwing away my UKC paperwork and a bunch of stuff like that. Like, there's no true registry for the American Bully but the ABKC, because they're the originators. All right, they're the originators, and I don't badmouth anybody or anything. I give the ABKC my utmost respect. You know what I'm saying? But it's the people who are speaking this stuff that is making people bump heads and making it harder for people who are really trying to bring awareness and show love in the bully community by hosting shows that it's making the turnout less and less. And I see it not just in my show, but in other shows too that I've been to. You know, especially
with so many registries, you find a situation where now everybody is, like you said, picking and choosing. Either you're going to be with this such and such registry or this such and such registry. You don't really find people who intermingle in different registries because of the fear. They be like, well, I saw you at such and such registry show, and get the backlash from it. So I think with the numerous registries out there, it's really hurting the show scene, and I know it got to be hard for show hosts right now.
It definitely, I haven't hosted a show since 2014, since before I got shot. You know what I mean? And actually the last bully show I hosted was actually the one that I had you come out to. You know, and it's just crazy. I wish, it's good. I would have liked it to have a few registries out there where, but not so many though, because there's so many now. Like you said, there's so many. It's hard for the novice person who's just getting into the American Bully to really learn anything about the dog or about a specific registry, and for the ABKC, I would just love if they was to put a certain time cap on it before they start changing certain standards and let other people catch up, or not even catch up, but like realize that there's a change coming, not just overnight have it be one way and then the next day, oh, this is the new standard,
Do you feel they change it for certain dogs as they come along?
Excuse me?
Do you feel that they change the standard when a certain dog comes along, or it's just when they feel like a certain number of dogs come along?
I think it's a combination of both, Zeb. Because but first, I would think it would be about certain particular dogs, and then once they see that those particular dogs are coming around and there's a wave for those type of dogs, there's a lot of them coming about, and they're being picked in the show ring, they'll end up changing the standard then, see that those are the certain type of dogs that are winning in the show ring more or less,
Now, I'm going to get into something now, Rico, with you. Right after, you did the second Massachusetts Bully Blowout 2, take me back to that night in October, man, at that stoplight.
It wasn't even a stoplight, Zeb, man. It wasn't even a stoplight. I was coming up out of my mom's street, and my friend lives down the street from, he used to live down the street from where my mom lives, and I had stopped by there real quick, I used to smoke weed, so I mean it's legal out here now, so I smoked a little bit of reefer, and I stopped over there, to let him know that I was about to go get some, and he was like, all right, cool. So then when you come back, if you come back, stop by here, smoke me up, before you go home. And I was like, all right, cool, got you. And when I was leaving there, I seen a funny car that seemed out of place to me, So, I looked at the car, and I pulled off. I pulled off, and when I pulled off, by the time I got to the end of the street, I seen him pull off and bust a U-turn and start coming the same direction I was coming in. So I figured he pulled a U-turn, so I'm going to pull a U-turn because I didn't like I had the vibe off the rip. I was like, yo, something's not right with this dude. He's out of place, and now he wants to pull off when I pulled off and turn around. So I came, I busted the U-turn, and then we ended up meeting right next to each other. I should have just stepped on the gas and kept driving, but, I always feel like God is on my side, and God is never going to let anything happen to me, I'm kind of brave like that to a fault, I'm not scared of anything or anybody. So, so I pulled up, and my window was down, and I was like, yo, what's going on, family? Why was you down there? You know what I'm saying? Why was you over there looking all suspicious and stuff, And right there, he pulled out he pulled out a big old cannon, boy. He pulled out a fucking 40 cal, and he tried to let me have it. I mean, I skirted off, like I had my seat all the way back. I skirted off, and by the time I made it up the street, like the first shot, I heard the first shot, but I was leaning back. Heard the first shot. Boom! That's when I stepped on the gas. Or I was already stepping on the gas. And I heard another one. Boom! Then I woke up in the hospital. You know what I mean? Like weeks and weeks later. And I couldn't talk. You know what I mean? They had, I couldn't talk. I had like they had the tubes inside my mouth and everywhere. I could hear the machines, beep, beep, all types of stuff like that. And my friend that was actually with me in the car, he was like, yo, do you remember anything? And I was like, I was just like with my eyes, like gesturing, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, and it wasn't until they ended up taking out the trach where I was able to speak then, but I was still out of it, boy. I'm telling you, I was having nightmares and dreams, and I was on cloud nine. I don't know if it was the medication or, or whatever it was, but, I was seeing things and, like, hallucinating, and it felt like it was real, bro. And, but anyways, one of my friends came to the bed and was like, yo, you remember? Because my other friend that was in the car with me, he didn't want to tell me because my mom was like, yo, whatever you do, don't tell him what happened because he's going to start walling out or whatever. And then so my other friend told me, like, yo, you got shot. And I was like, what? Like, I ain't get shot. He was like, bro, you got shot. You got shot in your head, dude. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I started bugging, like, yo, this is crazy. This couldn't have happened to me. God never lets nothing happen to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm the good guy. I'm just a dog guy. And he was like, yeah, it happened, brother. And after that, like, they said I wasn't gonna be able to see right. I wasn't gonna be able to talk right. Like my speech was a little bit slurred and everything. And like the doctors would come and they would see me and they'll ask me things and tell me what was going on. And every time they would tell me something, like I would be like, yeah, all right, you're funny. I'm not gonna be a vegetable. You're gonna see me, boy. You're gonna see me walk up in this sucker one day, and y'all gonna be like, I can't believe this dude. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, right now I'm walking on crutches. You know what I'm saying? I still got my wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? But I walk on crutches. You can hear the way I'm speaking. I got my sight. I mean, so.
I gotta ask you that, man, because during that time, like you said, you always had the faith God would be with you. Were you angry at God during that time when you were laid up in the hospital that happened to you?
Not at all, because like, yo, I don't know what it is, dog, but like, you know how they said Tupac have visions. You know what I mean? He even said in a couple of his songs, like, you know what I mean? See niggas coming for him and shit. Like, yo, shit's like that for real. Death will let you know that it's coming. Death will let you know that it's coming. And if it's not,
you had an idea that was going to happen. You had an idea that was going to happen to you.
Yes, and that's one of the other reasons why I wasn't scared. Because, you know what I mean? Got like, God told me not to be scared of nobody, nothing, and nobody. The only thing I should fear is Him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really a religious person, bro. You know, I don't go to church. Nothing. But I tell you what, I always prayed to God even before this happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I prayed for my family. I prayed for people. I prayed for people that don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I prayed for people that me and them had a falling out, that me and them maybe had a fight or something. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
you know, I pray. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, God knows that I'm not a bad person, and I'm actually a good person at heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, you know, and I gotta give it up. I gotta give it up to the thousands and thousands of people out there that were in my corner while I was in the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Because one of the big things during that time was the Rico Strong.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, like, I don't know, man. It's like, I mean, there's like too many people that I could just mention by name and stuff, you know? And, but I won't because I don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
Freaking, like,
do you know how close did you come to dying that night from what your family told you?
Man, real close. I was like too close. I was an organ donor. They came in, wanted my organs and some more stuff, and trying to convince my people to pull the plug, and you know, telling them all types of crazy stuff. And it was actually the day I came out of the coma was actually the day that they were supposed to pull the plug. That the insurance was like, yo, we can't pay for this man no more. You know what I'm saying? Either, you know, you guys come up with a decision about letting us giving him some, you know, euthanasia or something, or whatever they call it for humans, you know, or, you know, you guys got to do something, come up with a decision. And, you know, thank God, you know what I mean, my mom, my sisters, and all my boys and everybody else, you know, that was calling in, you know, like, I feel bad for my mom because, you know, a lot of people was calling her and telling her certain things like don't do this and do that. And, like, my mom's at the point where she's ready to say, like, yo, fuck all y'all. He's my son. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do nothing that's going to jeopardize my son's life. I'm going to give him every chance that he got, but he's my son. Don't call me telling me what to do about my son, you know? And my mom's Dominican, you know what I'm saying? So she's, you know, she's like, I mean, she got some fire in her, boy, I'll tell you. And it's like, you know, it's, I mean, but like, I know she did listen to a lot of my good close friends. And I mean, like, they had meetings over here at my house and everything, and you know, it was cool, dog. I mean, like, I love all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one day that, you know what I mean? Anytime I'm speaking to one of my friends on the phone or I leave, like they come visit me or whatever, and you know, we leave. They, you know, everybody, yo, they always say, yo, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Not on no homo shit or nothing like that. Like people be, oh, you don't tell a man you love him. Like, yo, if you genuinely have love for this man and you feel like you would die for this man if it came up to it, if you would put your life on the line for him, you know, you would go broke. If that man didn't have a cent to his dime and you seen his family was hungry and he was going to go broke, you know what I'm saying? I would go broke to help him out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of relationship that I could say I have with a lot of my close friends. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can't say that. You know what I'm saying? So I thank God again.
During that time. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say during that time, that's when you really found out who your friends were.
Yeah, to be honest with you. And I can't even. I did find out a lot of people who I can't say I found out who my friends were, because deep down I already knew who my friends were. I could say I found out who weren't my friends. You understand? I found out who weren't really my friends. You know, because my friends, they still come by, they still call. You know, they come by like, I mean, I'm still hurting. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, when I first came out the hospital, I mean, one of my friends, you know, well, I call him my brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what he did? He pulled up and was like, yo, this is for you. And when they pulled me out the house or whatever, he had a Mercedes S500 for me. You know, I can't drive yet. You know what I'm saying? But he had a Mercedes S500 for me.
Damn.
And I was like, what? I was like, all right, that's what's up. You know what I mean? I told him straight up, though. I was like, no, bro, you know, I might not keep this shit because I can't drive right now, and I'm not finna to give it to nobody. So, you know, I might sell this motherfucker, put some money in my pocket so I can feed my kids or something. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, it's yours. You do whatever you want with it. You know what I mean? And sure enough, I sold that sucker. You know what I mean? I sold that sucker, bought my kids some stuff, and you know what I mean? And I've been good, you know? So, it is what it is, you know?
What's the toughest thing you had to deal with during this process, man? Man, losing my house, losing a lot of my dogs, and pretty much, I could say basically losing my family, man, because I'm not, like, you know, my girl and my kids and stuff, because I don't get to see them every day the way that I would like to, you know, because right now I'm currently staying at my mom's house, you know, because my daughter's autistic and my son's bad as hell, you know, and she basically got to do it all by herself, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't I'm not that selfish to put that burden on her, having to deal with my kids and have to deal with me at the same time, having to go to appointments and a whole bunch of other stuff. And, you know what I mean, when I first came out the hospital, I wasn't the most pleasant person to be around, you know? Like, I'd bark at anybody for any little thing. You know, if I said, yo, you know, like, why ain't you, you know, like, it didn't have to be anything about myself, you know, but if I just didn't like something, or the way, like, one of my sisters or even my girl, you know what I'm saying, was doing something or whatever, I'd bark at them like, I spaz at them like if I was their father, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really not that type of person. Zeb, you met me, and, you know, I'm not that type of person. Yeah, one of the coolest people I ever met, yeah.
You know, I don't like to take out my frustrations on anybody, especially the people that I love. You know what I mean? If you have a certain situation with me in particular, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little ass dude, but like I said before, I'm not scared of anyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of an ass whipping. Never have, never would be, because my father told me, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you got your hands, you learn how to use them. And if something happens that you have to use them, don't use them just to use them. You know what I'm saying? Use them when you have to use them. Don't use them just because you want to use them. Use them because you have to use them. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much how I've always been, you know? And,
you know, Rico, I was seeing some things, you know, during that time, right after the accident. You had a surgery. Did they remove, like, part of your brain during that time?
yeah. They did a cranioplasty. First they did a craniotomy. Then they did a cranioplasty where they didn't really remove my brain, but they removed a large portion of my skull. So
in other words, they had to like shape a new skull for you.
No, they're so ill. Boston doctors are so ill. They were able to take my skull. I don't know if you've seen recent pictures of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think they've done an outstanding job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because you know, the one picture I saw, you know, at the time, like half your skull was missing. Then the next I seen, it was like everything back together. I was like, damn.
Yes, sir. Telling you, them Boston doctors are the best doctors in the world, man. You know what I mean? It's a toss-up between California doctors and Boston doctors. You know? And but if I had to put my money on anybody, I got to put my money on them Harvard doctors.
Man, they did a hell of a job, man.
It is what it is, dog. I can't. I think the doctors a lot, but I think God more because God gave them doctors the opportunity to go to school and learn what the hell they had to learn in order for them to be able to work on a person with the severe injuries that I had. And
I gotta imagine, man, the doctors had to be surprised that you made it.
Yeah, they were. No, they were. But to be honest with you, though, like that, it's a sad thing, though, because you would think that, you know, that having happened to me doesn't happen to everybody in my area, but it has to a lot of people. Like,
I was seeing that, man. It was like during that particular time, man. It was like other people who had got killed during that time.
Yeah, still till now, like this, people get shot. Like, yo, I live in a small town, you know, just south of Boston, and to be honest with you, if my town was as big as Boston, it'd probably be worse, you know, like, but and it's just a thing of it's just crazy, man. And a lot of times the people who are getting hit aren't even the people that the problems is with. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's just the person that's around that area, or, you know, is familiar with somebody, you know what I'm saying, the person that they got the issue with. You know what I'm saying?
Did they ever find a person that did that to you?
No, they didn't. But to be honest with you, that I hope they never find it. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people probably thinking I'm saying that for the wrong reasons, but nah. I hope they never find them. You know why? Because at the end of the day, he got to live with what he's done to me. And I'm a very popular guy, and a lot of people was coming to the hospital and asking me what they wanted, what I wanted them to do, and all types of crazy stuff. And I would always tell everybody, like, yo, fall back, dude. Like, yo, this happened to me. It didn't happen to you, dog. Like, relax. Like, yo, I'm still here, dog. You know what I'm saying? He ain't take nothing from me, dog. Whatever he took from me, I'm gonna get it back, and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a better man for it. You know what I'm saying? So don't end up losing your life or your family, your freedom over me. You know what I'm saying? Over what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? But people, men, like we men, we're hardwired a certain way. No matter what I say, the next man is going to take it upon themselves and do what they want to do, or what they feel is right, or what they feel is justifiable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, a lot of people probably hear me on the radio and they, or see me in your video or whatever, and they're like, oh, like he's a mellow dude, whatever. But I wasn't always like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, like I've come from doing bad things, and that's another reason why I hope they never find a dude. Or I tell my people, like, yo, don't even get worried about it, because I've done things when I was a teenager to people that, to be honest with you, I wish I never done them, because it was stupid. It was for stupid reasons. You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, they probably didn't deserve what I did to them. And you know what I mean? What goes around comes around, I guess. This is to karma, or like they say, karma's a motherfucker, dog.
Wow, man. You looking forward to the day, man, when you walk in that ring with your bully, man?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we already got a couple of dogs. We already got a couple dogs that's been showing. We got a UKC and ABKC champion. We're working on her grand champion title on both registries, and we actually have one of her daughters that is almost a champion, and ABKC champion, and we're just looking forward to a lot of things, like, by the way, her name is 508 Bullies Maserati of PPK, Precious Pit Kennels. You know what I mean? And she's a daughter of off of Malice and 508 Bullies. I'm drawing a blank on her name. Kesha. 508 Bullies Kesha. So
what's the blood on the girl?
Oh, she's Razor's Edge. She's Razor's Edge. She's a heavy Razor's Edge, and she has some Gotti in her. Hypnotic. She's a hypnotic daughter, hypnotic granddaughter, and shit, you catching me by surprise right now, Zeb. Fucking hypnotic.
Watch, you gonna remember everything once you get off. You gonna be like, damn it.
That's how it always is, dog.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna stress my brain on it. I give myself a headache, man.
No bull. What's the next? What's the next show you hitting?
To be honest with you, I'm not really sure yet. My little cousin, Julian Reyes, Nano, he's been the one that's been holding it down, going to all the shows, bully shows, and everything like that. I've been just really keeping it local. If it's
okay.
I'm keeping it local right now. You know what I'm saying? Until I get really on my feet where I can walk with the crutches for a little longer of a time than I am now. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming along. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm good. I got my legs. I can move my legs and everything and all that. But it's I got what they call like foot right now, and the only reason that I got the drop foot is because my tendons, the tendons in my foot and the muscles, certain muscles and tendons are activating when they're not supposed to. You know, the neurons are going off to them when they're not supposed to right now. So right now I'm waiting for this. I'm about to go to this doctor, Dr. Cobalt, out of Boston Medical, and he's supposed to be giving me he's going to give me a shot. It's a nerve block. I forget exactly the name of it, but it's a nerve block where it will loosen up the muscles and the tendons where I'll be able to move my foot a little bit better. You know, because my foot right now is like if you was to press on the gas, hold your foot down on the gas pedal, that's how my foot is. You know, like if I was to get in the car right now, I wouldn't be able to get my foot off the gas pedal. I'll just be revving that engine. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't be able to lift it up. So.
I see what you're saying.
Well,
hey, let me ask you, man. Just speaking on the whole family situation. Once you get to that point where you feel that you're able to, you know, fully function and walk again, would you like to be back with your family?
Yeah, of course. What man wouldn't? The thing is, I am going to be back with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thing where, you know,
I guess my real question is, man, it got to be real tough, man, to be away from your family, and that was like a huge thing for you to not put that burden on your lady that you knew what she was going through, that you didn't want that extra stress on her, that you went to your mom's house, and I'm just like, I know you ready and will be glad when you get back to that point where you can finally be back whole with your family.
Yeah, definitely, you know. It's just, you know, I mean, things like this happen every day to people, you know. It's just a matter of if the person is strong enough to, or has the will to run through it. You know what I'm saying?
To be that ride or die.
Yeah, you know, and it is what it is. Like, I mean, you know, I'm ready for whatever, you know. I'm ready for whatever comes my way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just sometimes, dog, I'm not going to sit here and front like I'm a big old tough man, whatever, dog. Like, in the beginning, and even though still now sometimes, dog, I'll sit here and, you know, sometimes I'll cry. You know what I mean? Like, I cry like a baby. You know? Hold on 1 second, Zeb. Me, Mike.
No, you good.
No.
You good.
Let me get that charger. It's right here. Yeah, I have to plug back in, make sure I didn't die on you. Mm-hmm.
No, man, you all good, man. I just want to say, man, while we wrapping things up, man, that I really appreciate you coming on tonight, man, to tell your story and to give your thoughts on what's going on in the bully world right now.
Yeah, man, it was my pleasure, you know, like I said, dog, like, I mean, I just wish there wasn't so much bickering and stuff like that, and, like, I mean, I really don't, I don't know that dude, Tone, the owner of World Star, or anything like that. I don't even really know the dog like that, you know, I really don't follow the dog, you know, a lot of dogs like that, you know, but, you know, my condolences to him and his family about the dog, you know. But just want to let him know if he's listening, dog, like, dog, things happen. I know It's still early, you know what I'm saying? But bigger and better things come after a while, you know? Maybe that happened to you, dog, for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that happened to you, dog, for a reason, you know? And, you know, just look forward towards the future.
That's what's up, man. Man, that was Rico, Precious Pit Kennels in the house, man. And once again, man, I just want to say I really appreciate you coming on tonight, man.
Definitely, Zeb. Anytime, brother. You know, I appreciate you having me. And when I do end up getting on my feet to host another show, you know, I am definitely going to call you out.
So that's what's up, man. I'll be there, man. On me this time.
All right, definitely, bro. Appreciate it. Well, all right, bro. I'll let you go. I'll keep you. All right.
All right, man. God bless, big dog.
All right. You too.
That was Rico, Precious Pit Kennels. And thank you all for tuning in for another episode of Bully Talk with Zed Pitts. As you know, I appreciate the love with the brand. I really am glad to be back on this Blog Talk Radio doing what I do. And not only do we talk dogs, man, we talk about life, struggle, overcoming, family, God, you name it. We talk about it. And if you enjoy the program, please share. Let others know about it. That's the only way we can build this brand up and let people know that it's something positive in the community. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Zed Pitts, I'm out.
The kiddos are heading back to school, and you know what that means. It's lunch packing time. Safeway has everything you need to help you feed your hungry flock for a whole lot less. Right now at Safeway, shop with your club card and pick up Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh or Carving Board lunch meat, 2 for just $5. And applesauce cups or Betty Crocker fruit snacks, both lunchtime favorites, are buy one, get one free. Bigger savings just in time for school. Safeway, it's just better. The kiddos are heading back to school, and you know what that means. It's lunch packing time. Safeway has everything you need to help you feed your hungry flock for a whole lot less. Right now at Safeway, shop with your club card and pick up Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh or Carving Board lunch meat, 2 for just $5. And applesauce cups or Betty Crocker fruit snacks, both lunchtime favorites, are buy one, get one free. Bigger savings just in time for school. Safeway, it's just better.